Yeah, that rain is still continuing to come down, and this is on Bowman Hill Road near Lavalette. Take a look at what we're seeing on a lot of these back roads. That water is just pouring down, completely covering these roads, and I've been speaking with drivers who've been trying to make their way through, and they say this is the issue. You can't see the road, but underneath it, big chunks, look at that one right there, of asphalt are just coming off the road.
Now, on those unofficial primary results, there were a couple of close races, but those misplaced ballots didn't change any of the outcomes here in Cabell County. I mean, the ginormous road slip you see behind me is here months later, and I was here at the end of June, and now there are actually plants growing out of the rubble. I went to 5 different pawn shops today in Cabell County, and the story is similar at each one, as people are selling electronics and jewelry just to fill up their gas tanks. I've been speaking with residents in this neighborhood, and they say they are shocked that this could happen in their small community. Many tell me they had to hide in their homes as those gunshots went off. Now, Kentucky State Police actually just came up to me seconds ago that they have an update, and they'll be holding a press conference right over there. So we'll get you that information in just a few moments, and we'll keep you updated on air and on our website. As you can see, crews are still hard at work behind me following yesterday's devastating flash flooding. And if I bring you over here, you can see just how much mud is covering these roads. Now, this is what the road looks like as you walk here or drive here along Jan Davis Drive. And as those drivers are filling up at these pumps, they're keeping a close eye on this screen right here, as those painful numbers here at these pumps are just continuing to get worse. Well, Amanda, when it comes to those dangerously hot temperatures like right now, the first thing most of us do is crank up the air conditioning and turn on those fans. But that's something these people in this area and hundreds of other across this region aren't able to do because they're still out of power.
The aftermath is absolutely devastating. As you can see, the floodings receded, but this car, the water was all the way up to this car, and you can just see giant tree branches below it. And if I move over here, you can just see how much this creek is flowing, and people's personal items like refrigerators, chairs, and other items have been making their way down this creek. And if you see above the creek, there's that railroad track, and it is still completely covered in debris. Now take a look at this video. This is what the cleanup process looks like here in Penny and in Vergy. It's a complete mess. Many of the roads are covered in debris, some with large chunks of concrete coming off. It's the moment many community members here in Greenup County have been praying for and waiting for. Flatwoods officer Tommy Robinson is officially back home, and it's been nothing but a warm welcome here. That former teacher, Nancy Boggs, pleaded guilty on 10 counts of battery, admitting to a list of disturbing acts with students just last year. You can just see the damage from today's flash flooding right behind me. A whole bunch of tree branches scattered along the road, and there's also this bridge right here, which is really concerning residents because there's cracks along it, and it just looks very unstable. And residents tell me they're really concerned because the school bus actually makes its way along that route. And when seconds count, training matters. Bob and Amanda, this spot right here along I-64, this is near the Huntington Mall, is one of the many problem spots that officers are seeing drivers speed through work zones.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Bernhardt. The conversation about the behavior of adults at sporting events of children and teens comes after a violent threat to an umpire at a Little League baseball game.